We RRR Legends.
In this 41st episode of We Are Legends, we discuss all the latest news, break down Larfleeze, have a Siege PvP debate, and discuss September characters. I am Kage Round, and with me as always is Hate Mail. We also have with us guests M4 Wiley and DaBoy. So DaBoy, how long you been playing DCL for, man?
I started playing like probably the month after the game came out. Been a comic book, fanatic, if you will, ever since I was a little kid. So when the game came out, I was super stoked.
Nice.
Who's your favorite character in DCL?
Oh, favorite character, man, Green Lantern John Stewart. That's my dog right there.
Nice.
That's my boy.
And what are you hoping to see in DCL one day?
Bro, I need to see my boy Kyle Rayner come into the game. That's all I need to see, and I'll be happy. That's what I'm saying, bro.
So do you want to see him as a Green Lantern or a White Lantern?
I'm actually leaning towards blue.
Okay.
Okay, blue. I think the blue, when he was with the blue ring, he had like a sword, and it was cool in the comic books when he had the blue ring.
Yeah, I don't get the whole fascination with Kyle Rayner, but everyone seems to love him. I think it'd be dumb of WB not to like put him in the game and paywall the hell out of him, but whatever.
Oh yeah.
I know you got a thing for lanterns. You sent me like Blackest Night.
Oh yeah, bro.
I'm still reading through it. Like, it's going through all the bios, and I'm like, God, this is so boring. But anyway.
Oh my God! Shut the hell up!
What? Come on,
What's wrong with you,
dude? Blackest Night is like a centerpiece for me, bro. Like, I got the comic book at my house, like the hardcover.
I'm waiting for the good stuff to drop, but it's like going through the backstories of Bleez and Hal Jordan. I'm like, ugh. But
man, you just gave me a lot of opportunity for our favorite sound drop.
Oh man.
I know you spent a hell of a lot on Larfleeze. You want to talk about your boy Larfleeze?
Dude, when it was announced that Atrocitus and Larfleeze were coming out, dude, it like re-energized me to play the game because I was like taking a little bit of time off, not playing as much, and then they came out with those lanterns, and I was like, it's go time. Larfleeze came out. That boy is real. Like his damage, crazy, bro, crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah. So do you want to? Let's go ahead and get into Larfleeze completely because he's a character I haven't geared yet due to my gear gating dilemma. But facing him in Siege, he is one of the most terrifying characters to face. Now, if you were just trying to win the match, it wouldn't be a big deal. But since he can one-shot just about anybody, it seems like, except for maybe Blues, and he steals all the buffs, he is, when you have him, Hellboy, and Wonder Girl on a team, those teams are...
Oh, yeah.
If you've seen my butt clench videos that I'm posting all over the CC, I mean, I got high blood pressure through it.
Oh yeah. I mean, he once he starts ramping up, it's hard. It's rough playing against him. If one of his boys die, it's over. You're gonna lose. At least in my experience.
And if someone else, the other team dies, it's over.
It's there's a little bit of room, but it's pretty much over.
Yeah, I can't wait to be able to gear him. What do you think of him, M4?
So our experiences with Larfleeze is mostly with Siege. That's why we're so scared of him, right? But I've not seen him much in Wraith, and I don't think he's not much of a problem in Wraith. I mean, he's not like Etrigan in the sense that he does not have that crit immunity, so he can be easily one-shotted by, let's say, a Wonder Girl, right? Although in Siege, I agree, he's terrifying. And he's also my Swiss Army knife to deal with some of the problems in Siege.
Well, I think also, too, is that you're not seeing him on the worst possible comps yet. and you're not seeing him at L5, L4, and L5 much. I mean, there's been a handful of them I've seen in Siege, but I don't know. I just get the vibe that he's going to be one of those characters that we're going to see a lot of very soon.
I don't know. Wonder Girl is going to keep him in control.
I would think
That's my
so
thing.
too.
You just take Deadshot, hire a gun, take out Wonder Girl, it's over, bro.
Yeah, but let's say that Wonder Girl's on an Atrocitus team and she comes back.
Well, then we got a problem.
Well, I use Red Hood lead with my
Hey.
Red Robin. Takes him out.
Yes,
Shuts him
Yep.
down for good.
right there. No more revives. That's it. Yep.
So what do you guys think for Legendary Order, since you guys have been using them? I know it's put you on the spot a little, but...
Oh, that's okay. M4, what you think?
It's definitely 3's the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I
so
went-
now that-
What?
I went 3-5-1, but I think 2 might be better at 3 than 1.
Really? I think 2 is his worst. So the thing is, all of his other legendaries are all situational. So it depends on the situation or the comps that you're going to build him. So 5 is actually worse for Siege because you don't ever want to lose a tune. However, I took it because for revenge. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
so that's the only reason I took it. 1 is good, but 10%, and then 40% chance for an extra 10%. I can see it's good, but not groundbreaking or anything. Not a must-have. And then his 4, I don't even get debuffed enough in Siege, but that may change when I take him to Wraith. And then for his steal move, I don't use it often because it's really scary in Siege when you accidentally steal a taunt.
Yep. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only reason
scary.
I've won a few times is he runs in and he steals the taunt, and then I was able to kill him before he can ramp up too much.
You're like, haha.
Although there's a lot of good uses for his too, but not in every fight. So one thing is to steal those invis and what you call those, the true sight from Red Robin. So that's good.
Or steal like an awareness or something sometimes.
Oh, the best one yet, but it's not in Siege, is when there's a Swamp Thing and he revives the whole team, just steal everything. He usually steals the awareness.
Oh, yes. That's
Yeah.
so clutch.
That is awesome
Yeah.
when it happens.
And I think with that legendary, he gets those 3 int-ups that maybe gives him a little bit of durability against someone that deals special damage. You know what I'm saying? Like, with the 2, you get 3 int-ups every time you use it. And then if you kill someone, that's 8 int-ups through 1 round of turns. Right?
Yeah, and that can make him pretty scary at that point.
Exactly. His damage and his, with the int-ups, his
Yeah,
resistance
I'm
to
thinking
special
I'm going to
damage.
go, and granted I haven't played with him yet, but the order I was leaning towards was either 3-4-5-2-1 or 3-4-2-5-1.
I'm going to say real quick that with M4, that the 5 upgrade isn't a good idea in Siege because I walk into a team match and I see an L3, L4 Larfleeze and they took that 5th upgrade. I'm like, nope, skipping.
Yep.
Bye.
Yep. And next page.
Right? Refresh.
For sure.
But I think something else to be considered is that his 2 meter drains. So he could be good on like a Black Canary meter drain team, like a Castaway Black Canary team.
Oh yeah, I like that. That's a good idea. There's so many teams I want to try with him. I think he's going to open a lot of doors to some unique teams.
And
Right.
if you start off the battle and the enemy team hasn't had a chance to buff up yet, he gets instantly 5 int-ups because if he doesn't take any buffs, he gains 2 int-ups as well. So if there's no buffs on the other team to steal or any on yours, that's a very rare situation. But with Wonder Girl out there, people aren't wanting to take these buffs, these buffing teams, right? You throw him in there, get 5 int-ups off the first turn, and just start going to town. By turn 2, you have... Because then you use his second turn, you use his 3, one-shot somebody, you have 10 int-ups for your third turn.
God. Yeah, this guy's going to be scary to fight. But just keep him under control with, I guess,
Wonder Girl.
Girl. And
Or
you'll be all
or
right.
another Larfleeze, he can just purge all of those buffs away.
Mm-hmm.
Or Grand, you can steal all of those buffs.
Oh, you know what?
Oh, God.
You
When
know what
does-
you can
Go ahead.
you know what you can do is run him on a Martian Manhunter team, and then he comes out, steals all the awareness, so he's got a stack of
Oh.
awareness, and you can't kill him, right?
That's, yeah.
Yeah.
Because then he just gives out awareness. Marsh Manhunter just gives out awareness like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't
Okay.
know. We have some play testing to do, but let's just wait till Siege is over.
When Oh yeah, I guess I do need to wait for Siege to be over. I was gonna say I knew the new month starts pretty soon, but Siege has still got a little over 4 days.
I wish it was over today.
So why don't we transition over to Siege? We had some very interesting developments right before we recorded this. That was pretty well timed, and which resulted in M4 now being the leader of Siege. And I know you've been pushing real hard, and I asked him, he did want to take a little bit of credit for it because he was someone who really pushed in mounting evidence for the Ferrix, who was number one, that we talked about on one of the previous episodes with Adam from Champion of the Amazons. And it turned out his teammate that we thought was just winning by a lot of revenging ended up getting banned from presumably hacking, which I'm sure that was the case because he had so many more points than all of the top players in the game. And it wasn't just from revenge looping. And he had a roster with a John Stewart Green Lantern, Gear 10, no death immunity, no rings, and was somehow 3-star winning all of his matches. So in the end, I guess Warner Brothers investigated it. He got banned. And Alexi, who is the name changer you see, I think his last time I saw his name, it was Saving Gems. Had a lot to do with it, and M4, I know you pushed a little bit to
Yeah, I
bait
did
him.
blow
He
through
kinda baited him.
17 banked revenges to see how he
Oh
ran.
my gosh. 17?
Yeah, at one point I think I got it down to about 75. That was the smallest gap I got it to. And then the next day I woke up to like, oh my god, it's 240 again. Like,
That was the crazy part, I think. Like, people would get close, and then it would be
Overnight, you
instant, like 240 over like the top PvP players in the game. Like,
Well, I think
Yeah.
it had to have been like a one-hit KO hack that was allowing a 24,000 team with one character that should have died almost instantly in any match that has a strong blue character, or even not a strong blue character. I mean, I've had equal. I mean, I've had what we were just talking about, LarFleeze one shot my John Stewart Green Lantern. Mine's gear 11, level 80.
yeah.
So there's just no way.
Right. And I think Alexi, and we'll just call him Saint Alexi moving forward, but Saint Alexi showed me some snapshots, and it was like within 12 seconds he gained like 20, 40 points. And I'm like, what the heck? 12 seconds? He gained that many points? There's no way a match runs that fast. It takes 12 seconds to load the screen.
no, it takes me 2 minutes just to choose my team. Like, maybe more than that, because it really, once you press that battle, oh my god, my heart
It's 5 energy,
just goes up.
right?
My heart rate just goes up every time I press rated RNG gods that I don't listen to.
I know that. I've never had such high blood pressure while playing this game.
Which I think is kind of a good thing by WB to put that out. Like, this is new. It takes 5 energy per match. You have to be careful with what you do.
I think this event, I do hope they change revenge just so that you don't want to field a crappy team to get attacked a bunch, because that part of it kind of defeats the purpose of the game. But other than that, I think it was extremely well done all the way around, how they did everything.
Maybe just take a couple days off of it.
Yeah, maybe it was a little too long. Maybe do 2 weeks instead of an entire month.
Yeah.
God, yeah, I'm waiting for it to just end already.
I want it to end today.
I think
now.
like 2 to 3 weeks, I think, is the sweet spot for this type of thing, because it gives you time to learn how it works first of all, because that typically takes a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Because you think about it, at the beginning, everybody's using, we have to use 20-point teams. Well, you're going to have a higher success rate possibly with 18-point teams or 16-point teams, right?
Yeah, that was a strategy I learned early on. If I don't think I can definitely win with 3 stars, it's better to swap out even 2 characters because
Yep.
you only lose 4 points instead of 5 when you're going to lose 1.
Yep.
Yeah, but I was trying to go catch Ferrix at that time, so I was using 20-point teams all the time. And the first time I lost a tune, I was like, damn it, okay.
I remember you getting beat up in chat about it. You're like,
I know. All right, so piece of advice, although when this podcast comes out, it's probably do not play Siege first thing in the morning.
Well, it's funny because I tried it. I need to burn up my energy before I leave the house. So one of the mornings, I've learned I got to finish my coffee and play like regular PvP for a little bit first. Because one morning, I can't remember when it was, probably about a week ago, it was real early in the morning. I woke up and I saw I had like 14 siege energy, and I'm like, oh crap, I better use it. I don't want to waste any minutes of the time. I lost 2 matches, 2 full-blown regular 5-point matches back to back.
ooh,
Due
ouch.
to Wonder Girl reviving.
Feels bad.
Oh, it was painful. Before I started, I learned you can't use Hired Gun Deadshot against an atrocious Wonder Girl team. You gotta use Red Hood.
Yeah, if you just blow everything right off the bat, then she revives. You're kind
She
of
will
like,
come back for sure.
goodbye.
I had
I
her come
swear
back
to-
3 times one time.
I
Oh,
swear the AI is rigged.
Well, it's always been that way. I mean, it's always.
God. John Stewart coming back 3 times with death immunity and strength, massive strength, and just nuking your team. You're like, God, you just killed my Red Robin twice already. Stop.
Oh yeah,
Well, I've been
that's
seeing
one
so
of
many people complain about the AI being so strong. I'm like, the AI has always been this way. I don't think anybody remembers Castaway Green Arrow shooting 2 shots in between every single attack.
every single time.
Yes, every single time. Oh, I used to get so mad about that.
Like, it's not like, maybe he's going to not use... Nope, it's coming every single time.
If you want to do some fun Reddit searching, there's probably 400 old posts from 2 years ago with me raging about this.
And then WB came out, well, it's bugged. Sorry.
Yeah,
we'll
well, I
take
think
that back.
everybody finally just... I mean, it was like... I think we mapped it out to where it was. The first one, I think it was like a 90% chance where it would proc 2 times. Absolutely.
That's insane.
That's so
I'm
broken.
instantly legendary point that. Thank you so much. 90%. Get out of here.
Now, along with Siege, I know halfway through the event, they dropped the bombshell sale on us all. And I kind of made a write-up on Reddit. I was like, guys, don't buy the Siege energy. They're trying to take your money. Don't do it. But I know Hate kind of disagrees with me with that one. You want to talk about that, Hate?
Yeah, I know you and your buddy that was on the last Buffalo Bill, who was on last week. He made a couple good points, and my argument to the Siege energy, the one thing I wish they would have done is made people aware that they were going to do it. I am happy they limited it to 1 purchase, because if they would have made it unlimited, it would have completely destroyed the spirit of the game. But when you look at how much Siege energy you actually, or how much Legendary Essence and frags, if we ever want this event to come back, they have to have an income source from it. Because when you think about it, and I was kind of doing a little bit of thought this month, I only had to buy, I normally buy somewhere between 4 and 6 packs a month, usually 5, sometimes 6. This month I only had to buy 2. Because I'm going to get enough shards to L5 Larfleeze, because I'm going to be able to make pop 10, which is looking good, not guaranteed, but it's looking good. And then I needed to do roughly 20 more characters to Legendary 5, and I'm going to get enough Legendary Essence that I don't have to farm any of it. And you figure it's, 4,200 gems plus 300,000 Essence?
Yep.
So 4,200 gems per 100,000, whatever 20 times 4,000 is. That is a ton of gems I'm saving. A ton.
80,000.
Yep. So you figure you're buying, when did they start the event? So you figure about 14 weeks,
14 days.
14 days, I mean, for the 2,000 a day.
Mhm.
So times that by 2, 28,000
28.
gems. So I'm going to
It's about
spend
$100.
28,000 gems to get 80,000 gems is the way I look at it.
In the worth of like legendary essence.
Plus,
and
I didn't
whatnot.
have to buy 3 packs that I would have normally bought for LarFleeze.
Oh, true.
So I'm saving a fortune. So this game is actually, I'm spending much less on these or for this character, for this event, and you figure how many free-to-play are probably playing it and getting more legendary essence than they've ever gotten.
Oh, true.
Plus
Well,
more
that's
paywall
that's
characters.
funny.
Frags.
Exactly. That's funny you say that. So I just got my brother. I got him. I said, hey, you should play this game. I've been playing it for a while. You're kind of into comic books a little bit. You should play. And he goes, hey, should I even mess with that siege thing, or is that only for like high level players? And I was like, no, like go in there as much as you can and see what you can do. And he sent me a screenshot the other day, and he's got like, I don't know what rank it was, but he's going to get 500,000 legendary essence. You know what that would do for me as a new player? Like, bro.
Oh God,
500,000 legendary essence? Come
Plus
on.
he's getting 270 frags, so he's going to be able to go legendary 1 because that means he's rank 15,000, which is,
Which is insane for a pretty new player.
Yeah,
But-
exactly. I mean, so you're going to be able to get a legendary 1 LarFleeze plus 500,000 legendary essence. Now, I understand people were a little upset about it, kind of the way it was handled, but I think overall they handled it about as good as they could because you figure 2,000 gems, that's going to make most free-to-play say, I don't really need to buy it. And the Oddsmen on their last episode made a good point that your rank probably isn't going to shift much if you change it. Like when you look at, for example, the ranks between 400 and 600, it means like 5,000 legendary essence, or less than 5,000. So rank 1,600, you get 1.25 million, or you can get 1.3 million for 200 places. So you really don't need to spend the 2,000. You're still going to get plenty. You're only getting 15 more LarFleeze shards. I mean, you're getting a ton when you look at it. So the only people it really affects are people that are in the tippy top that are trying to stay the difference between 1.75 to 2 million, which honestly, if we math it out, it probably doesn't even matter for us either. But there's a big drop between 1, 10, 20, and 50. So it kind of forces us to buy, but we're the people that are going to buy it anyway. So,
Right. True.
So it's really, we're the only ones that should be mad, and we really don't. They're not going to make a big difference to us because we're still looking at the net value in the end. We're saving so much.
See, my problem really wasn't the placing. Like, I was, for some weird reason, getting all the way to the top 50. So, whatever. I don't really care about that. It's just the way, like you said, the way they handled it. It was like, oh, yeah, this is going to be an event where everyone can participate. Oh, sorry, we're going to monetize it. Here's some energy. Buy your way to the top. And you're like, what the heck?
Oh my God!
It's
Shut
like
the
swallow
hell
whole
up!
team.
If they would have said at the very beginning, hey guys, halfway through the event, we're probably going to throw out a sale, and good luck, then it would have been like, okay, cool, whatever.
But in all honesty, when has Warner Brothers never done a sale? So I don't think any of us should have been surprised. They always do a sale. There's always a sale. Like, just assume.
Monster
Always.
Manhunter took everybody by surprise. That sale took, I know it's different, but that sale right after the event took everyone by surprise.
Really?
So
It didn't come as a
What's that?
surprise in the end. What's surprising, Kage, is that you're expecting communication. Come on, man. You've been playing this game
you're
long
right.
enough.
Well, and
You're
to
right.
be fair, they've gotten a lot better about communication over the last couple months. So
This is true.
right.
when you look at it, in the old days, this event would have been unlimited energy, magically appears right at the, middle of the event. And then, it would have been so much worse. They've improved dramatically. This event has been pretty well done. The revenge looping popped up, they got rid of it.
Right.
The hacking
They were
thing,
quick. They've been quick to respond, so I'm happy with that.
They are very good at receiving feedback. That has improved a ton.
yeah, when you look at just a couple of the other things they did this month, LarFleeze was an alliance mission, originally reward. They changed it to Red Robin due to community feedback. With the event they did with the White Lantern Sinestro, they got rid of the legendary gating after people were upset about it. So
Mm-hmm.
I have to say, they are listening.
Right. And that's good. I think that in the White Lantern event was actually a little bit more challenging, so I think that was great on that too.
So
To the
I-
White Lantern event. The second to last no, my Larfleeze did 1.4 million damage with his number 3.
Holy crap!
Yeah, just so you guys know that number right there.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was pretty nuts.
God.
So basically, I think what this means is that if we want to see the Siege event again and rewards this insane, we need to have Kage take down his revolt post and put up a new post encouraging everyone to buy gems that afford to.
I agree.
Start shilling out to WB. We'll put a name next to my name. WB Kage.
WB Kage.
But anyway, yeah. I mean, I'm not too upset about it. I'm actually surprised. I'm maintaining top 100. I actually gained ranking as the sale dropped, and I'm not even buying as any of the energies. I've been in communication with JonSnow, which is the world's finest for all this month already. He's like, yeah, man, I'm buying these energy packs. I'm like, and I'll do a couple rounds. I'll check my ranking, and I'm like, hey, John, I'm like right next to you in ranking. So, I mean,
he's
whatever.
lacking some of the bonus tunes. That's why.
Oh, is
He
it?
was he's away for about a year, so he's trying to play catch up. He missed out on a lot of those tunes. That's why.
And also,
Got it.
he's not number 1 because Miller Time.
Miller time, shout out.
He's
Yeah,
Give it
boy.
to him.
he is a machine, and I know
He's
a few
putting
people. There was a few things in chat. People were accusing Miller Time of potentially hacking, and I can tell you, I'm not pulling. We know with 100% certainty, and everyone on this podcast right now is from our alliance, so they can all testify to this. Miller Time does not know how to hack. When he
No.
posts this video or images of the thing, of him PvP, he uses a different phone to take a picture of his phone.
He is the most technically illiterate guy I've ever met.
But he's a machine.
He is a
Right.
PvPing machine.
So, to anyone who doesn't know how much of a machine he is, he's the type of guy who will camp out in a Lowe's parking lot just to play PvP.
Which he
You
has,
walk
which he has told
You walk
before.
by. You walk by his car at 2 in the morning. He's on his phone. What are you doing, sir? Oh, I'm just playing PvP, sir. Okay.
I'll be leaving in a second. Hold on. Oh, man.
That's
Yeah.
what he was upset about in Siege, is that he couldn't just grind it. He was the happiest person when he saw the sale, but then he was upset that it was limited.
to 1. Anyway, I'm hoping Owls are projected to take World's Finest in both events. So,
That'd be pretty iconic for the first Siege, and then simultaneously have an owl in both spots. That'd be pretty good.
Oh, did you guys see that post? I put it in our alliance chat. Apparently, there's a post on the regular message boards where a guy thought that the owl logo was meaning you were a whale, and wanted to know how much of a whale he needed to be allowed to put that in his name to be cool.
I'm free to play. What are you talking about?
Yeah, same. I got the L3 Larfleeze for free. What are you talking about?
Hacker.
That's a sensitive subject, Kage. Come on.
I'll edit this. So, now that the Siege drama is over, we're hoping to end it in 4 days, looks like. You guys have any finishing thoughts on the Siege?
Oh, it's gonna be even worse for me now. If it was,
Oh, the pressure's on. Pressure's
Yeah.
on, M4.
yeah, I know.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
feel bad if
Even
I
more.
beat you at this point, M4, but I do have some revenges banked,
Ooh.
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 and I've been steadily climbing because I've been able to use mostly bonus tunes lately.
Them's fighting words.
Yeah. And I
M4 versus
burned
hate.
through-
Let's go.
Yeah, I burned all of my revenges, but it's for a good cause. No remorse.
I have I actually have quite a few. I've been using really, really bad teams.
Yeah, that's the one thing I don't like about Siege. It's near perfect, but if your
You're
game
sandbagging.
plan
It's a
is,
sandbagging fest.
I know, if your game plan to win this thing is to lose, there's something wrong.
Yeah.
with it.
I think
I don't like that part either.
if they just, did away with revenge, I really just think you fight the teams that are on your board. You don't have to worry. Okay, you get one energy to get 11 points or 9 points. Like, No. Everybody spends 5 energy every fight. If you win, great. If you lose, like it physically pains you to lose 5 energy.
I
You know
think
what I'm
they
saying?
want revenge to be a thing, which I don't understand really why. I mean, I guess just to add complexity to the event. But I think if they got rid of revenge and then made it so that you earn, yeah, I like just a small amount, like 1 or 2 points, if your team defends and wins. That way,
hmm
you're rewarded for fielding the strongest team you can, but also you want to use the bonus tunes. So it's
Okay. Yeah.
Well, they advertise this event to be like a energy management type of event, right? So
yeah,
I'm investing 5 energy to field a team that I'll get a lot of attacks, and then I make a return on investment by revenging all those matches. So, I mean, I was
That's
losing.
true.
I was losing for like the first 2 weeks of this event, and I was like top 80, and then I'm like, oh, well, I can turn this around, and I'm steadily chugging along, guys.
yeah. I
There you
mean, but
go.
I don't like the RNG factor that you want to play with a crappy team. I mean, granted, there's some strategy to that, but then it's kind of luck of the draw if you get attacked enough and showed up on enough people's boards. Where if they did it if they got rid of revenge being a big bonus, except maybe a +1 or +2 for winning a defensive match, and then you can't revenge back to another person. Or if they did revenge, just make it so that it's slightly worth less, but if you're struggling to clear your board, you could possibly earn some points from revenge. So that way,
Right.
it really will be the strongest survive.
And I'll agree with that. I like that compromise where like you can't necessarily like exploit revenges, but it's a good income for you if you're not strong enough to clear a board. I like that.
Yeah, I think that would be a good benefit, and then maybe shorten the event to 2 to 3 weeks, and then just start with the energy buy. Even the same type of energy buy, or maybe lower the cost a little bit, so that more people can participate, and then just have it from the start of the event, but keep it static, so that way everybody's on an equal playing field.
I don't
And I
think
actually
that.
like it on the halfway point actually
Yeah,
because
I like it too.
Yeah, halfway would be
Because
fine if we know it's coming. That way you can say,
You can
you're not
bank on
surprised
it.
by it.
yeah, because like at the beginning you're like, oh crap, I'm like getting wasted on because we're talking about how much we lost in the beginning stages of the tournament, right? So the sale comes back and you're like, all right, cool. I'm gonna buy a couple of packs because I did so sloppy at the beginning of the tournament. I'm gonna buy a couple just to kind of polish my ranking.
Oh,
I
it
mean,
was the opposite for me. I was doing well when there was no pressure, and then I realized, hey, I'm on top of the leaderboards, and then I make stupid mistakes. So, although this event really isn't that long, what makes it feel twice as long is because we're seeing the same 8 tunes over and over again.
Yeah.
So maybe they can spice it up by having 4 fixed tunes and then rotate 4 weekly, so we get some variety. Because right now, if there's no sandbagging, everyone would just put in, let's say, Atrocitus, Wonder Girl, and that's it, right? And then all of your
And then
fights for that month would be the same tunes, right? So
It would be neat if they increase the bonus tune reward, maybe go from 2 points to 3 points per tune, so it's even more of an impact. But then make it so that it rotates like every 2 to 3 days. The characters that they would make more
no,
income doing that because then people would pay to upgrade tunes real fast.
no. I mean, I think the event kind of tempts dolphins more than it does whales because I know at the beginning of the event I didn't have Star Sapphire, Clayface, or Atrocitus or Larfleeze geared up, so I kind of forced myself to gear up 4 tunes at the beginning, just for the event, and then if you rotate it, weekly or every couple
Yeah,
of
I guess you
days,
have a point. You wouldn't even bother because you would
yeah, and
say,
I'd be like, man, screw this. I got better things to spend my money on. I'm just not gonna
I'm not
upgrade
gonna
the
level up
tunes.
12 tunes
yeah.
Yeah, just
just
for
to
an
play
event.
Siege.
Yeah, you
that's
got a
the
So
point. I
one.
mean, I took all my characters. I didn't have hardly any of these level 80, and I made them all level 80 for this event.
right.
I took some, but yeah, I was happy at level 70, but this event made me take some tunes to level 80.
But the other drawback on that is like I see a level 80 Wonder Girl hiding behind a Clayface. I'm not gonna bother. I'm like, all right, my dead shot's not one-shotting her. I'm going home.
Well, I
Next.
mean that's the problem with the revenge. I think if they had it so that the revenge wasn't the same way it is now, it would encourage more people to max their characters, hence more income for them.
True.
But if it was like 4 static and then 4 rotating bi-weekly, I mean, that's fair compromise, right?
Yeah, you could do that. Give you more options, more tools. I think there's a way they could monetize it without upsetting the community by doing, just a pack out of nowhere type of thing. Because
Right.
overall, this is one of the best. I think it's one of the best things they've done in this game.
I would
Yeah.
agree with that.
I
Yeah,
hope it comes back with some tweaks.
all the lower level players can have their Wraith event where your level 82s get you 3 to 6 trophy fights. They can have that Wraith. All the higher end players can have the Siege and hack away at it.
And that's fine. I mean, I
I
don't
haven't-
mind there being different, PvP modes that appeal to different groups. But before, Wales really didn't have a PvP mode that was kind of, friendlier to them. The static points with, this event definitely caters to your Gear 11 players and finally give us something that is meaningful to have stronger players. The revenge thing is the only slight drawback to it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well,
All right,
anyway. Moving along, September characters. They announced reworks of Poison Ivy and Batman World's Greatest Detective, as well as Riddler, we assume to be the paywall, and Two-Face, the freebie. What are you guys thinking? DaBoy.
Yeah, personally, not like the biggest of Batman fan here, but I think the Riddler, I think he could be a pretty interesting character, man. Like, I think he's gonna make some fits, if you will. I think it's gonna be a weird month because LarFleeze is gonna destroy all those red heroes, but there's gonna be some interesting dynamics, I think, especially with Riddler and maybe even with Two-Face with the double personality thing.
Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be interesting how Two-Face's kit pays out. But M4, what do you think?
I'm not excited about those two. I just want that overpowered Batman. That's all I'm looking for. And hopefully this is it. Although, for those 2 new tunes, I hope one of them counters Wonder Girl.
That would be nice.
I don't care how. Just
So
that's the
WB
lasso.
leaked out the passives for one of them, and it's the passive is they steal a whip from a character.
Oh.
If a character uses a whip, they steal it and then they strangle her with it.
But that's a
Okay.
lasso, though.
Riddler holds up his cane and catches her whip.
He just, you said what?
I heard that.
You want to whip me with this?
Well, I am a huge Riddler fan. He was the character I wanted most behind Star Sapphire.
Sapphire, you mean?
No,
Or
I always say that.
Starfire?
Starfire?
I know I keep
Come
saying
on, guys.
Come on, man. Favorite character in the game.
Favorite
Man.
hero. Gotta know.
So I'm super excited for Riddler. If he's paywall, I'm going to just make Two-Face my everyday gear-up character, and I'm going hard on Riddler from day one.
There you
Oh,
go.
hey, just reminds me. So LarFleeze can trigger Starfire's passive, so that should get you even more excited.
Yeah, I do like that. I saw that synergy with him. I get some crazy ideas, and if one of these characters, which I can tell you guys, one of them does counter Wonder Girl pretty well, I think. At least on paper, it sounds like it's gonna. So, it's gonna be fun seeing Wonder Girl actually take a little bit of a step back.
Take a seat.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Riddler, Prince of Puzzles, Edward Nigma, Born Inquisitive, blah, blah, blah. He can slow down and weaken his enemies, leaving them as sitting ducks for his team to finish. So, what does that sound like to you guys?
I think he's gonna. Go ahead, M4.
I was going to say int downs and speed downs, was it?
Mm-hmm. Some turn meter manipulation maybe in there.
What would have been cool is if they introduced a new mechanic for Riddler, a confused, like, you would attack anyone you can't control, even your teammates. That would have been cool if they did
What
that.
they could do is, like, you're confused and then you attack yourself. Like a 50% chance you attack yourself if you're confused.
Ooh, that's scary.
Let's look at Two-Face real quick. On the offensive, as Two-Face or the defensive as Harvey. Manage luck during battle, either making your team and hit and deal damage more often, or preventing your enemies from doing the same. As Harvey keeps your team fighting at their best, and Two-Face, as he brings powerful hits. That sounds kind of confusing. Can you guys want to?
Maybe a flip, strength ups and agility ups. That's what it kind of
Yeah,
sounds
he's
like.
probably going to be RNG based, I'm sure. Probably 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it just seemed you would expect no less for his kit. And then, it just depends if it's going to be really powerful and then not really powerful, or both options look going to be good, but you just don't know what's going to happen. That's why I'm more excited for Riddler anyway, aside from the fact that I just like the character. Just because I'm sure on defense, Two-Face is probably going to be insane if one of the options is stronger, because that's what the AI is probably just going to favor. Of course, then again, Vixen
Every time.
Vixen is horrible on defense
Oh God.
True.
because she's got so many options. So he could be like that, where he could be really good in the hands of a person, but terrible on AI for that reason. So it's hard to say.
Like Cyborg shooting his 3 without
Yeah.
anything, missing 100% of the time.
Or on AI, he like nukes you turn 1.
Yeah, you're like, wait, what?
That was 30%. My butt. I don't know.
Oh, they should start a club, him and Atrocitus, the 30% club.
Hey, that's a good one, the 30% club.
I'm actually surprised Ivy and Greatest Detective got a rework. I don't know what else they could modify, because I mean they both seem pretty good.
World's Greatest
Leaders.
Detective needed it. He needed some, especially Leader.
I think he needed some love, for sure.
What do you guys think they're going to do with him? I mean, Ogre is a staunch defender of World's Greatest. He's like, oh, World's Greatest Detective is fine, guys. I'm going to use him. Like, I've never seen it in PvP ever.
Oh my God!
It's
Shut
like
the
swallow
hell
whole
up!
team.
Ever. I don't think I've actually ever seen him. Ever.
I mean, everyone's wanted his kit to do something crazy, but M4, what's your dream World's Greatest Detective kit?
I already shared this to Hate a while back. So it's either a team-wide true sight
Mm-hmm.
or some way to counter whatever buff the other team has.
Mm.
But that the second one is highly unlikely. There's no mechanic for it.
Mm.
Like flipping the buffs. So since he's a counter guy, right? So if you have Mence, he can flip it into a bleed. Because that's what he does, right? He has the perfect counter to anyone, right? But I don't see that happening, though.
Yeah, I could see like Mr. Mitsaplik, whatever his face is, doing something like that, but I don't see Batman doing that.
That would be some pretty complicated programming, I think.
Yeah, that would be really hard. It would be cool, but I think it would be hard.
Yeah. And, Poison Ivy. What do you guys think is going to happen with Poison Ivy?
Bleeds.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even use Poison Ivy. I've never used Poison Ivy. She's level 15.
Damn. Ouch.
She got no love from me, bro.
She's pretty darn good. However, her AI sucks. That's why I never use her.
Copy no buffs for no reason.
Yep.
Turn 1.
I saw some videos back when Flash and Reverse Flash were in the meta, and Ivy was just copying speed buffs and speed buffs and speed buffs and speed buffs. It was like, whoa. But
Yeah.
that was pretty crazy.
The days when you saw L2 Flash, you're like, oh god, I'm going to back out.
And next.
Yeah, he needs some love. Flash
He needs
some
some love, dude. We need some Flash love, bro.
He really does. I've been thinking about that a lot.
I think I brought up the other day that DOJ just needed a little bit of tweak to be relevant again, but someone on Reddit was like, nah, bro, she counters Flash and Reverse Flash pretty well. I'm like, yeah, where do you see them anymore?
Wait, what? What month is this?
Am I in 2017? Let me check the calendar.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think if they tweaked Reverse Flash, Reverse Flash is good, but they tweaked it a
he's
little
fine.
bit, and then just give like DOJ like a crit immunity so she doesn't get DOJ'd herself to death. They'd be pretty viable in the current metagame, right?
Yeah.
Flash needs some evasions. That's what he needs because he's not gonna live long enough to go insane.
He should have evasions and true sight. I think just give him both of those
Mhm.
in some way, shape, or form, and I think that would fit his kit. It would make a lot of sense. Fit his kit. He should be able to go around taunters and stuff, being a speedster.
Right. Have you used him in PvE lately? I mean, it feels like he has an AoE. He just punches everyone. Unfortunately, that never happens in PvP.
They should give him like a new passive. There's like tap into the Speed Force and randomly gives his team wide like 5% meter or something.
Ooh.
That sounds like Superboy.
Yeah, 5% never works.
It's not gonna help.
I don't know about
Super
team
Bowl.
wide. I don't. He's not really like Flash. Never struck me as enabling your team. That's kind of more Superman, Batman type of thing. Flash is kind of. He just needs to
Do
fuck
his own
himself.
thing.
Yeah, do his own thing.
Yeah. Runs around, hits a couple bad guys. Hey guys, he's still fighting? Like,
He's like, I've never really battled. I just push and run away. You know?
Take an extra turn by going through the Speed Force or something. Doesn't he only have 4 abilities? They like reworking characters and giving him a 5th.
he
Yeah,
does.
he only has 4.
So there we go. We could add something cool.
Yeah.
Adam from COA wanted to pop on and make a statement. He asked me when next time I record. I'm like, well, we're recording now. Do you want to pop on here in a few minutes? And he said, sure.
Come on.
I thought that'd
Come on, buddy.
Hey, juice the ratings and stuff, man.
Yeah.
So I didn't know if you guys wanted to hang on for that or if you guys want to drop off.
No.
I think I have to drop off. Hey, so nice talking to you guys.
See ya, M4.
All right, M4.
Alright, see ya.
Appreciate it.
All
buddy.
right. See you guys.
Good luck
Bye.
on
Bye.
World's Finest and Siege.
Thanks.
Yeah, good
I'm
luck.
coming for
Good
you.
luck, man.
Finish strong, man.
I personally, I want to hear this statement,
Okay, yeah, you can stay on.
but I don't have to say anything. I'll just be a quiet observer.
Right now.
Yeah, I'm kind of really depressed. I'm saddened by this tremendously. I guess Warner Brothers decided to drop him from the Siege and make him restart. So besides I got to assume that he was cheating in one fashion or another, however it may have been. They obviously found proof. When we confronted him after this, he stood up for himself and said it was just this and that and that and this. But, I mean, when it came down to it, we had no other choice but to get rid of him from the Alliance because that is not something we allow. It's a sad situation. I had a lot of faith the guy was just doing really, really good. And, it's very sad. And it's, we made a public announcement in Alliance, in our chat group and made sure that everybody understood we don't allow cheating or hacks of any type, but I do feel it is going to put a little bit of a, because we are a very strong alliance. We have became very strong, especially since the merger. And I don't want people thinking that we allow cheating. That's not the way we work. And that's why we kicked him out, had him leave. Because obviously the proof was there. Warner Brothers found some type of proof. I sent in a ticket to Warner Brothers, asked them to explain themselves further. You know how them tickets go. I'm not going to get...
They're not going to
It's
tell
gonna-
any of us, but they wouldn't take that kind of action unless they found something convincing because they've allowed people to get away with a lot for a long period of time before they usually take action. So I think they wait till they have something concrete.
Right.
And if the devs are listening or anybody from Warner Brothers, I gotta say, if a person is cheating, they should be their account should be automatically kicked off. There's no medium, because what he told me was, he was dropped from the Siege. He wasn't dropped, but he had to restart from fresh. But his PvP trophies were the same. He was still able to play whatever. They didn't just kick his game. They just didn't drop him and make him start anew and refresh a brand new player. But there should be no. If you're cheating, your account should be banned. Period. no, it doesn't matter what you're cheating for. If you're cheating, you should be banned, your whole account. But that's not what they did. So I'm kind of.
Well, I know in the past because we've seen like 6,000 power score teams at the top of PvP charts back in the day, and they would just get the trophies were set to 0. I don't know why they don't ban them. I think their policy must be a first offense policy or something where they just remove all trophies, and then the second time their account gets banned. That's my theory. I don't know exactly what the rules are.
I don't think any of us do, and maybe they should make that a little more clear, I guess. If you're cheating, your account should just be banned. I don't know why they'd give you a second chance. I mean, I don't know. I'm really hurt by it. It put a dent in our alliance. It makes us look bad. And I guess it was a surprise to everybody, even after the ordeal we had a few weeks ago. I think we all started to believe that he had just found ways to win, but...
Well, we talked about it earlier in the podcast, but the last couple weeks I started to really have some suspicions because all of our alliance mates, all of us in the top 10, top 15 kind of get all of each other in the PvP, and I tried to use the team that he always uses because I saw I've had a couple losses to that team. Other alliance mates had a couple losses to that team, and I couldn't replicate it with level 80 gear 11 version, and his is not even fully gear 11. And then his John Stewart Green Lantern doesn't even have death immunity taken. He has 0 rings in that character. All the characters don't have maxed out rings. And they weren't even fully gear 11, so I couldn't begin to how he was winning, much less getting 3 stars. It just didn't make sense.
Right. And when I did confront him on that, he had shown me a screenshot of some of his competitors. And a couple of them were the Owls, and then a couple of them were just bot names, pretty much, I would assume. I don't even think they were in alliances or anything. And I guess he just kind of made excuses about some of the bots that he was playing against, but they were still all 5,000 points higher than what he was showing. I'm not winning 20-plus matches or 3-star matches with teams that are 1,000 points lower than me a lot, because I'm trying to use all the +2s. It's just unfortunate that it went that way.
Yeah, and then we had an alliance mate, and that was the picture, not an alliance mate, but Alexi on the board. I guess he had been watching it because he was trying to figure it out, and then he saw those 20-point jumps where it was obvious it was perfect wins, but he didn't even have a tank character, so I don't know how he would protect that John Stewart Green Lantern, because he would go down. At gear 10, he's in no death immunity. That guy's dead on turn 1 almost every match. When you don't have a tank to protect him.
So you knew the red flags were there. You just had to. You just had to have seen the red flags, and you're just like, I want to give you the benefit of the doubt, buddy, but man,
Well, and, to be honest, I wasn't. He came up on my, list probably twice since the siege, and I beat him both times, and it wasn't too hard to beat him at all. But I guess if once I beat him, if he revenges against me, then the way they have it set now, he doesn't come back, and I can revenge against him again. So I never seen if he was ever beating me again or not. But I really wasn't. I wasn't checking him out. I was relying on him and trusting him. I didn't assume anything. I wasn't checking him as close as you guys were. I was just worried about myself and my own siege.
Yeah, there was a couple people that, because we're all trying to take number 1. I mean, I kind of fell behind a little bit during the cruise, but I know the other people that were close to number 1, they're watching like a hawk. And then they were getting like 70, 80 points away, and then suddenly he'd shoot up 200 points above them. And they're like, what the heck? You just can't make that many points unless you had a perfect team, perfect score every time. And the people with the best rosters in the game couldn't do it. So we were like, how the heck is this guy who's got significantly weaker characters doing this?
And it does make a good point. Now that now that I really sit back and think about it, because most times when I would go to do my siege in the morning and I'd have I'd check and see, and he might be, say, 130 points ahead or so, and then, at the end of my work day, and I go and he's right back up there to the 200 range ahead again. And even myself, I've got a lot better players than he does, and I'm still falling behind. I'm having trouble staying in the top 20 right now. So, yeah, it all makes sense now that it comes clear. And that's why we decided that we have to get rid of him from the Alliance, because we're not going to allow that. It's not okay.
Yeah,
we don't condone that behavior.
I get it. People, you're going to want to stick up for your guy who's in your Alliance until you know for sure that that's what's going to happen. So, it happens.
Yeah, and he gave a pretty convincing argument on Reddit, and so I think, but you guys did pay more attention here the last week or so, where I wasn't paying attention to him. I was worried about my own life and my own things going on there, and
yeah.
But now that you kind of mention it and the points, it does make a little bit of sense. It's really unfortunate. I don't believe in cheating to win anything. It's just not right. But it is what it is, and, on to bigger and better now.
Well, we appreciate you coming on and, clearing the air with it, because I'm sure a lot of people wanted to hear your take, and you guys have a good, big alliance, so we don't want to see your reputation tarnished by it.
Yeah.
Right.
Come on,
I apologize to anybody, because especially on that Reddit, I really kind of stuck up for him, and I wasn't always polite to everybody, and I guess I was actually the one who was a mistake. There were a whole bunch of people that were right, and I was wrong, so I can admit when I was wrong also. But yeah, he was one of our alliance mates, and you got to have their back at first until you have other proof. So,
yeah,
I do apologize for that, but oh well, it happened. It's over with now, and we keep fighting the fight.
Right on. Well, yeah, class act, man. Props to you.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, guys. Well, I'm going to wrap this up so we don't have too much editing to do tonight or tomorrow whenever I get around to it. And I'm going to try to bump this one out earlier than the weekend. But thanks for coming on, DaBoy. It was awesome having you on.
Oh yeah, man. Thanks for having me.
Glad you're back with us in the Alliance, playing the game strong again. So
I am too. Go Green Lantern. That's all I gotta say.
Adam's a big Green Lantern fan too. Apparently, the
Hey,
Green Lantern community is a lot bigger than I realized, because I've always been a big.
Oh,
Green Lantern
man.
myself.
Yeah.
It's great. It's great.
Yeah, I don't get the love, but, whatever. I'm a Wonder Woman kind of guy, so, yeah, I get it.
All right, short round. Well.
All right.
Guys.
All right, guys.
All right,
Bye,
take
man.
care.
See you.
Thanks.
All right, thanks a lot.
Yep.
Did you like the show? Consider becoming a patron. Go to patreon.com/We RRR Legends for more information. Did you like the show? Consider becoming a patron. Go to patreon.com/We RRR Legends for more information.
Thanks for listening. You're not going to say anything?
Hey guys, this is Ogre Barbarian. Thanks for listening to this episode of We Are Legends. Be sure to tune in next episode of the Osmond broadcast coming next week.